So how does everybody feel about standing up for a second? So many of you know me probably from NBC 10 News, right? I left Boston to come back here to Rhode Island, which I consider my home, and I anchor the 5:30 News with Gene Valicenti and, of course, Dan Jaehnig at 7 o'clock. But what I do when I'm not at Channel 10 is I run a yoga studio here in downtown Pawtucket, right down the street from PeaceLove's studios, and we just started a nonprofit arm where we fund a lot of these projects ourselves to help people in recovery, in schools, in shelters, in prisons, you name it. And one of the ways we do that is by getting people to move, because we have to create more balance in our communities, right? So having said that, if you don't mind lifting your shoulders up towards your ears for a second, and then just rolling your shoulders all the way down. Lifting your shoulders up again towards the sky, then rolling your shoulders all the way down. Take a seat, please. If you can, lift your arms all the way to the sky and repeat after me, reach up high. Reach up high. Little louder, reach up high. Reach up high. Bend down low. Lift your head. Lift your head right past your toes. Bring your nose to your knees. Reach back up. And follow me. Shri. Shri means life-affirming energy, radiance, abundance. There's a reason why we opened up in downtown Pawtucket. I live in downtown Pawtucket. I believe in the city, and I knew that we could connect to people who really need help in finding a more balanced and controlled lifestyle. So actually, our first project that we started at Shri was a recovery project, working with folks with mental health issues. This is what the space looked like when we first went in. Everybody thought I was crazy to go into the space. There's no foot traffic. There's nothing going on. The McDevitt building was built in 1897. In its day, it was quite busy. It was a department store. People came and left Providence to shop here. Then, when the Industrial Revolution left, jobs left, and nothing was going on. So the space became super empty until we came in. This is Eduardo and Julian. They're the building owners. And we had a vision to create a beautiful space. I'm a firm believer in creating a beautiful environment in which to practice in. So this is what we did. Much of the space and the materials that we used inside the building came from inside the building. This actually came from a mill down the street, but all of the wood that we used to create the space, we dug out of the basement. The prop table that's in the back that holds our bolsters, our mats, our blocks, we found in the basement of the building. So we have been building community since we started 4 years ago. And when Matt was asking me to talk at this setting today, one of the themes I thought was really important is bridging the gap between our communities. So when we started building our curriculum, working inside schools, shelters, recovery centers, and prisons, part of the curriculum that we put together was not just to teach yoga, but it was about building compassionate communities and character building. So these are some of our classes from inside an adaptive yoga class, Pawtucket Boys and Girls Club, working with veterans, and those living with not just mental health issues, but intellectual and developmental disabilities. Since we've opened, we have 25 plus teachers on our staff, 20 plus community partners. That includes PeaceLove's Studios, the Providence Center, Slater Junior High School, Blackstone Valley Prep, all of which is in our immediate community, but then we're spreading slowly but surely into other communities as well. On any given day, we're serving 100 plus students inside the community. We have a unique customized curriculum that emphasizes that word support, honor, respect, and inspire. Because how important is it every day to find someone or something that you support, you honor, you respect, and you inspire? About a year and a half ago, we founded Shri Service Corps, and Matt Kaplan is on our advisory board. And when we first started thinking about how to fund a lot of these projects, I went to him for some advice in our community on how to do this. So it took about a year and a half, but we started our 501c3 nonprofit, which self-funds a lot of these programs. So a lot of the schools that can't afford a program like this one, we go in, we take the financial burden off, and we're able to pay our teachers at reduced rates to go into the community. So for the most part, depending on the success of our fundraisers, we're able to say yes about 100% of the time. We should probably say no a few times, but I'm terrible at the word no. So we pretty much say yes to every single program that comes into the community. And all of our teachers, while they're compensated for their time teaching and we subsidize their trainings, a lot of them put countless efforts into service to help us with all of our programs. So having said that, let's look at what the programs look like.
After my yoga class, I feel calm and loose.
All right, next is gonna be 2 hands and 2 feet.
Like yoga can be like your go-to thing.
The fact you were able to come in with your teachers, you know, the whole Shri Studio staff practically, to come in and work with our kids at no expense to us was a blessing, but also was very helpful, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to incorporate this piece into our program.
I am strong.
Shri Service Corps is a nonprofit organization that was founded out of a movement in downtown Pawtucket, Rhode Island. We started in 2009 by opening up a studio in downtown Pawtucket with a storefront presence. And what we've been doing since 2009 is serving our community through high-quality yoga programs for folks who otherwise wouldn't be afforded such an opportunity. Shri, in its basic sense, refers to life-affirming energy, radiance, and light.
I was the first student actually at Shri when it opened and met Alison. And later on, a few months later, I became a work-study student. And I started cleaning the studio, and now I'm all of a sudden working with the operations, and it's pretty amazing.
The very first project we started at Shri was the Recovery Project, the Shri Studio Recovery Project, and that's held in partnership with our neighbors, the Anchor Community Center down the street. We offered free classes inside this studio, free of charge to folks in recovery.
Exhale, bend your back knee.
The feedback from that program was so strong, we decided to add other programs to it. Now we have 4 full programs: the Shri Studio Recovery Project, School Project, Shelter Project, and Military Project. And all of these programs are offered free of charge through the fundraising we do through Shri Service Corps. In March of 2012, we did a yogathon fundraiser in Shri Studio in the space, and the amount of support from the community was overwhelming. Within that month, we incorporated our nonprofit arm, Shri Service Corps, and that's when we began building more and more projects into our curriculum.
Use no way as the way, you are the way. Use no way as the way, just be the way. Use no way as the way, you are the way.
Using no way as the way, you are the way.
Any type of chanting or rap or song is an easier way to teach kids and get them engaged. Hands down flat and a few steps back.
Hands down flat and a few steps back.
This work is important, and we found already with our pilot program in one of our local schools that children reported feeling less stressed and more focused when they went from their yoga class during their PE periods into their classrooms. We're finding the same sort of patterns in our Shelter Project and Recovery Project as well.
We're providing support for our community. We're allowing kids to, honor their own boundaries. We're teaching respect not only within the classroom setting, but also within a community setting for individuals and one another. And I think that is an inspirational message for the whole community. Having the support of other teachers allows us to know that we have other people that understand the work that we're doing, and helps us to offer opportunities to expand the programming that we offer. So something that I may do one way, another teacher may do another way, which allows me to review and actually expand my teaching horizons.
One of the purposes of Shri Service Corps is not only to bring in high-quality teachers into schools, shelters, and recovery centers free of charge to the community, but it's also to train teachers. We offer programs for teachers. We help teachers pay to further their training so that we're up to date on the best techniques for our community.
I think it's just astonishing that the amount of outreach and the amount of impact that the studio is having in a very short period of time.
Notice how quiet it got in here.
Shri is founded on 4 core values: support, honor, respect, inspire. What we're doing here, both inside Shri Studio and outside of Shri Studio when Shri Service Corps funds a program, is we're supporting, honoring, respecting, and inspiring people in the community with whom we work, teach, and invest. When people practice yoga, they feel better.
So we started the Adaptive Yoga Project right after we started the Shri Service Corps, and we've been teaching inside the studio every week, twice a week, classes for adults and children living with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and also with the Pawtucket School Department with their transition program. And we had a lovely little story to tell you about. Yesterday we were invited to the Dare to Dream conference at URI, and some of the students we've been working with, the transition programs for students between 18 to 21 with anything from Down syndrome to autism to all kinds of different disabilities. And the kids for the first time led their own class. with our teachers present for other students all across the state, which was really exciting. And they made a big sign that said Shri, and with our values, support, honor, respect, inspire, they made a collage of all the things that they support, honor, respect, and inspire. So none of this would be possible, obviously, without community participation. The reason why the Recovery Project was the first project we started was because our dear friend Jim Gillen had opened up the Anchor Recovery Community Center down the street from Shri, and he had some resistance when he went in. A lot of folks didn't want people in recovery in their neighborhood, and he pioneered it. He opened the space, he got the funding. They now see about 5,000 people a month coming in and out of that recovery center. They practice yoga with us, and we're going to be starting, hopefully with Peace Love, a partnership with them inside the ACI, so that women who are inside the ACI working with the Anchor Recovery Center to become recovery coaches are then coming to Shri for yoga 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and then coming to Peace Love on the outside as well for art therapy programs. So all of these programs have been just bursting at the seams, but the only way that all of this is possible is with a huge community network of supporters. Sunny Moriello Flats works at Peace Love and at Shri. She runs our school project. We have another woman running our military project, shelter project. So each project has a leader, and that's how they get into the community. So how do we keep funding this? How do we keep spreading the word about why yoga and these outreach programs, character and community building programs are important? Well, all of you today are going to get some Shri bark. My fiance is the baker and the cook in the house, not me. And we've been kind of tweaking with this recipe for the past 3 years, and we partnered with a nut-free plant actually across the street, because I love Pawtucket and Pawtucket, and we just launched Shri bark, which is a karma-packed snack, right? Because Shri is a karma studio based upon service. And we are on sale in a couple of different facilities, and portions of the proceeds go to fund all this great work. And if you look very closely, you can see the skyline from Pawtucket, and the idea is to be a local warrior, right, with a warrior pose on front of it. And Heather Bryant, who was my first student, was actually the artist behind this, and she just sort of threw this together, handed it to me, and said, I don't know where it's going to end up, but chances are it's going to end up somewhere. And Gail Solomon, who serves with me on the board of the Old Slater Mill Museum, who is also a designer in Pawtucket, helped me design the label. So, at Shri and in our community, we believe in building community and building more compassionate communities by supporting, honoring, and respecting and investing in each other inside this community. And that's why we're so happy to be partnered with Peace Love, and so thrilled. I'm thrilled to be up here on stage with the other speakers today who are really thinking outside of this box. This is a small state, but I really believe that we're doing some pretty big things as far as helping one another live more balanced, more flexible, more compassionate lives. So thank you, and thanks for joining us today.